YouTube, what the crap's going on? HeirofCarthage here, back on Total War Rome 2. We are back with the Iceni This is Total War campaign, and I had just fought that desperate battle against the massive counterattack from the Nervii, and of course got very lucky that the AI gave me some sweet glitch action to save me. I do have my spy here. Let's see if we can get rid of this Nervii agent. We're going to want to get rid of them. I can probably wound them easier than I can assassinate since they're high level, so let's try that. Do the poisoning, which is a higher chance of wounding rather than assassination, but at least it gets them off our doorstep temporarily. Looks like things are going well. We've stabilized after having captured Nemetocenna, and we have buildings that are being turned over for us. Culture is barbarian, and there's some Germanic in the area. Can't remember if the Nervii spread Germanic or barbarian. Huh. Yeah, not sure what the spread of Germanic cultures are. Verni have a large army off to our south. Diplomacy-wise, we are still at war with everybody that we can see. And some of you have asked me about the buildings here. Like, how come I haven't upgraded the buildings yet? How come you haven't upgraded the buildings yet? So, if you take a look, like if I remove this army, I've got 13 extra public order, which means that I could upgrade some of these buildings that, you know, provide a loss of, or provide an increase in squalor, which is fine. You know, I could get more food, but it's only like 2 more food for the loss of 4 public order, so I don't really see that really being worth it, because I can get more food later on from farms. And here I need more food to expand this building, so I'm honestly not sure what it is you all want me to expand just yet. I don't really see anything here that's worth it. I mean, again, I can expand the fishing village to a fishing port, or yeah, to a fisherman's village, fishing village, whatever it is. But I mean, 2 food for a loss of 8 public order, or 4 in total if I did both of them, doesn't seem like a good trade. And I just don't have a lot of food yet, or else I'd go ahead and do this one, because this one does give me more wealth. I see the benefit of that. As far as other areas, I can go ahead and take a look at what you all want me to do. Again, 4 food for not a huge benefit there, which I don't have a lot of spare food at the moment. So that's why I'm not upgrading those. I get your point. I understand that the higher buildings can be good, but just to let you all know, that's why I'm not doing it just at this moment. Let's see. I'm going to take Dread up a little higher in my general. That'll definitely pay dividends as we go on, and then we'll have our champion do even more experience each turn. I'm trying to remember what it is that I'm researching. Looks like the Warlord's hold. I'm trying to get a hold of some of the armored units. So, alright, let's go ahead and end this. I have a ton of money, so I mean, I do have the money to upgrade buildings. It's just that the benefit of them isn't going to pay off just yet. It will eventually, and absolutely I'll try and upgrade the buildings. Our Verni coming into our territory. They probably should have attacked me while I was still weak. But that's going to depend on what type of army they have, because now my army's gotten a whole nother turn to retrain. I can use that spy to do some military sabotage. Our hidden agent exposed. Sabotage at Nemetocenna. Never mind, there's already 2 more enemy agents here.
I am the knife in the
Let's get rid of these guys.
I have seen it done.
The sabotage is making it even longer to finish my shrines, though, which is really frustrating.
Hail to the mother.
Agents can be quite a massive nuisance.
I shall keep.
Oh, really? My awesome War Maiden got wounded. Brilliant, because the Arverni agents here are really high level too, because I'm playing on this 4 turn per year mod. That's definitely a risk that you run. I may be able to recruit more agents, though. I can get another spy, which would be worthwhile, or scout. Let's see, +1 growth, military intelligence. None of these seem all that handy, but I'll get this guy. Slightly improved chance of assassination. I can get another, or I can get a diplomat, or druid, I guess in this case. Let's see, this guy. War morale for all units. Civil administration, +4 tax rate, this action. Go ahead and get this guy, he seems alright. Let's see if there's any other agents that I can recruit. Yes, I can get another Warlord or War Maiden. And this one right here gets minus upkeep and added replenishment. That could be handy.
to serve the people of Britain.
Alright, so I think I've recruited all of the agents that I... Oh no, actually I can get another diplomat. Sweet, I'll take all of them that you can get. Just go ahead and start leveling these people up. There we go.
What would you have of me?
Alright, and my army has retrained a great deal. It's certainly going to be more powerful again. I can't see all of this Arverni army, so hard to say whether or not they're threatening to me just yet. With my guys having this kind of chevronage, though, I'm feeling pretty good in a general with dread. We need to train up some troops for this army. I was kind of waiting until I got better troops to bring in. I can get veteran riders now, which is going to be great. I'd like to get units better than Sword Band, but to be quite honest, with the experience these guys are coming out with, really the only thing they're lacking is health and armor. And that's at the price. I mean, it's kind of hard to beat what I'm getting here. In fact, we could just disband this one, and then we'll disband this Levy Freeman. It's too weak for me to really want to deal with. In fact, you know what? We'll do the same with the Light Horse. Replace them with veteran riders. Okay, let's see. So that give me 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 swordsmen. Be what I want. Upgrade the general. Probably want a few spear bands. So that'll give me 4 spear bands altogether, 4 slingers, and then I think 4 heavy horse or veteran riders. There we go. So in 5 turns we'll have another very capable army ready to come assist. And should have plenty of money to sustain it. No new factions encountered. No more upgrades to handle. Let's end this turn. If the Arverni don't leave, I'm going to go ahead and attack them on the next turn. Probably could have done it now. I just don't want to get too hasty because I never know whenever if I go fight a costly battle against the Arverni. Yeah, see, there you go. Will they bring reinforcements? Will the Nervii bring a bunch of reinforcements? I mean, it's always just a big risk. So it's something I'm going to have to be aware of. But my army should be retrained to the point where I can at least go punch it out with some of those Arverni. And I mean, worst case scenario, if my army at Nemetocenna gets killed, it's unlikely they'd be able to come and invade my home island successfully. So, should be alright one way or the other. These lower level agents, I'm just going to go ahead and engage them on these stances so they'll start gaining a little bit of experience. And then we'll use our experienced spy to take care of enemy agents. I'm doing the poison one because it's less likely for my spy to get killed in retaliation or wounded. It's not necessarily more likely that I will succeed in assassination. And right here, this Gallic army is not fortified, and we might be able to attack this one and draw these guys out of their fort. So I say that's what we go for here, and we'll give it a shot. Attack these Arverni. Sure enough, their other army is going to come out of the fort. The only unit they have that I want to be concerned with is a Celtic Ballista. The rest of their men are Levy Freemen are going to be easily hacked down by my swordsmen. We could night attack and single these guys out, but I don't really want to do that because these guys are coming from the fort. So I want to kill that army without having to worry about getting into the fort, because there's arrow towers at the fort, and I'd take some unnecessary losses there. And with potentially large numbers of enemies around me, the last thing I want to do is get my army beat to the point where I'm going to have a hard time defending the city again. And it was unfortunate I had to lose those high silver chevron sword units, but at least we're able to quickly retrain, get our army back up to strength. And with level 2 dread on a chariot general, that's going to be handy. Let's wait for good weather. I want to make sure I can throw flaming javelins out of my chariots if possible. There we go. Now we can start the deployment. The map is flat, so there won't be any hills for the AI to camp on. Got my slingers. Go ahead and let them run at the front of my army. Of course, we're going to put my spear bands on the flanks to help deal with any potential cavalry threats. Don't really know where to put my general yet. I'll kind of just keep him back here, and I'll keep my scout riders on this side. Just kind of approach cautiously and look for opportunities. Oh, that ballista. Yeah, we're going to want to close the distance and destroy the ballista.
Enemy reinforcements approaching.
It's going to miss a couple of shots because they're moving it forward. That's good. The more shots it misses, the better for me, because it's going to get some devastating ones, I'm sure. but hopefully it'll fire at my slingers. If so, it'll kind of waste it, but missed shots will hit my swordsmen, and that's going to be bad. But we're going to just bum rush this force up in front of us, and then we'll deal with the reinforcements, not really concerned about them. Okay, they are using flaming or explosive rounds, which are going to have extra damage versus my low armor units. But right there, that first volley, not too particularly damaging. Just keep pushing towards the enemy. It knocks your guys over, which is annoying. Kind of makes sense, you know.
Our general is under attack.
Explosions knock people over. That's a logical conclusion. Man, those ballistas refire quick. Was it just me, or is that a really quick reload? And my general is getting some shots on him. Make sure that I'm not in the area taking more fire. In fact, let's bring our general this way and all of our horsemen, because there's a ton of enemy troops coming up on the other flank that are all spearmen. I'm going to put my sword band in their own hard group and click an attack order here, and we'll just hold up enemy troops, kill the ballista. Looks like the AI is trying to match my movement on this flank with their spears. Their ballista are missing a lot of shots, which is good. And my slingers are now attacking their ballista crew.
Our hidden units have been discovered.
I think the ballista themselves are probably going to block a lot of my slinger shots, though, so let's go ahead and attack them with this unit. And then we'll just move these speared band this way. Keep my general. Chariots. Yeah, we've caught a lot of the enemy units here. Oh, that's a noble horse. Really should have supported them with spears. Let's take out those Celtic slingers. We got another noble horse making its way over here, but I do have my Briton slingers are taking down the Celtic slingers a little. That's gonna be bad.
The enemy's hidden units.
I'm gonna try and pull these guys back a little. And let's put my chariots on their flank over here so they have to think about it.
We have discovered the enemy's hidden units.
Ah, crap. I should have gotten away. Let's get my spears up here. I'm doing a terrible job here, to be honest. I need one unit of cav over here to go chase down these skirmishers. We've done pretty much all that we really need to do over here. Let's take these guys, bring them back this direction. Go ahead and engage these spearmen. Perfect opening for my general right here. Let's support him with light cav. And gonna attack there.
We have discovered the enemy's hidden units.
These guys here. Where's my cav unit? Take these guys out. Okay, my general is ready to hack down a lot of these skirmishers, which means my swordsmen can complete their works. So let's get a little up-close here view. My Iceni chariots running down skirmishers. Air would love to give you a lot more of these views, but right now I'm kind of under pressure to kill the enemy. Let's get these guys. Scout Riders got in there. And let's get all these swordsmen. We need them over into this fight. Worried my spearmen will get overwhelmed. And my light horsemen and chariots need to get away from these incoming enemy spears. We took care of pretty much all the skirmishers. Over here I was able to get my spears engaged with their noble horse. And hopefully that Rome 1 music isn't too loud. It gets kind of intense sometimes, so I'm going to turn it down a little more actually because it seems to have gotten pretty loud. Back, resume. Hopefully it wasn't screwing anything up. But yeah, it seems to stay louder than most of the standard music. If it wasn't too loud, I apologize. I just never know what to leave it on because it gets loud in my ears sometime, and when that happens it makes me worry that it's too loud for you all and you can't hear the commentary. But maybe there's some few people out there, or maybe lots of people, who prefer when they can't hear my commentary. Who knows? Let's see. Yeah, kind of an ugly fight. Really should have done better here. Controlled my guys better. No doubt about it. But we're going to get the job done. And I'm just going to maneuver around all these spears that are homing in on my cavalry. Let my swords deal with them. Took out the enemy general. Got those Celtic slingers. Alright, so I think all my units survived actually, which is good. Kind of miraculous actually, considering how poorly I controlled my troops. But hey, we dealt a pretty good loss to the Arverni. That is always a benefit. Really surprised my sword units survived those noble horse. The computer just didn't get a good charge on me. If they would have, it probably would have been the end of my swordsmen. Getting a lot of kills there with most of my units, so that worked out good. I mean, the Arverni just came with a spam of Levy spearmen, or yeah, Levy freemen, I should say. So really no chance that they could affect any major damage. These guys just don't have any killing power. Even against an all-cavalry army, they would probably be at some risk. Let's get these guys back into Nemetocenna. I'm going to keep the public order in good shape. These guys are still training out their army. We didn't hit any upgrades because of that. Good there, technology-wise. I'm going to have to start researching. Once I get finished with my military research that helps me get the units that I want, I'm going to start researching stuff that'll help me unlock better town centers and just, you know, economic building, stuff like that, so that I can build the economic power of my small empire here. It looks like we get to take another big fight to the Arverni on the very next turn. Hopefully no more subversions at Nemetocenna, because we're already like way behind schedule for completing that shrine there that I need to help stabilize the region. And I'm gonna, wow, yeah, look, 3 more enemy agents already right at my doorstep. Understandable though, because I'm at war with all of these different factions. Another poisoning here. Just want to keep these guys off here. Wow, that's a really high level agent.
What do you want?
I'm gonna actually go after this.
You looking at me?
Well, you know what? Hey, no risk, no reward. Let's just see what we can get.
None survive.
Wow, there we go. Good.
There was never
We got
any
the really
plan.
high level agent. Let's see, this is an enemy warlord. I want to say spies do decent against warlords. Let's give it a shot. Nope. But we ranked him up. Let's try a dignitary. Let's see, 54%, 54%. What's my cunning-based approach? I have 2. Authority 4. I'll just try the authority-based approach. Nope. Well, he's gonna rank up. Let's just try whatever we got. Why not? There we go. Hey, we got some agents leveling up out of it, so can't ever go wrong there. Give him +1 cunning, cunning. And the druid. And we'll give the druid authority to start off with, and then I'll put some zeal on there as well. Warlord, I'm just going to start off with zeal. And each of these different, I haven't ever talked about it too much, but the zeal and the authority and the cunning all play into the chances of different types of actions that your character takes. Obviously spies kind of specialize in cunning, for instance, and dignitaries in authority. It doesn't mean you have to use them in those approaches though. Wow, look at this, another spam of Levy Freeman. I suppose we should go punish it real quick. That'll probably be about all the time that I have for this episode. So kind of weird that the enemy's just throwing one spam of garbage after another towards me. I'm hoping we meet some more challenging resistance when we move along. And some of you are like, well, here, you put the difficulty on normal. And then I've heard a few people make comments like, I can't even watch it when it's on normal. Well, you don't have to. I'm not going to make you. The reason I did it on normal is because I'm declaring war on every single faction as soon as I meet them. I mean, if you all want to just watch me get beat doing it on a harder one, I can do that. I mean, if you're going to take some joy in seeing me get defeated, always happy to entertain. That's what my job is. But I would think that you all see enough of me getting beat in the multiplayer battles. I'll actually try and succeed against the AI. I mean, it does make me feel pretty bad that I do so poorly towards them sometimes, but whatever. There we go. AI is probably going to hill camp because I attacked them. I'm just going to hard group all my troops here because it'll be easier to move them up. Yeah, they're going to move to the top of this hill and stake it out. All I can see is one of their units. It's a Silver Chevron Celtic Youth. It's a lot of melee attack for
Enemy
Celtic
reinforcements approaching.
Youth. They probably have better melee attack than the Levy Freeman. They do, by a long shot. You ever notice when you put it on hard, you can't see the enemy statistics anymore because they don't want you to see the buffs that the AI gets? I don't mind playing on hard, actually. Hard doesn't bug me, and that's usually where I play most of my campaigns. It's when you put it on very hard that it just, man, it starts to get ridiculous. And then legendary, like it just, the buffs on the AI units get annoying because you see like Levy Freeman cutting down half my swordsmen or something. So it just gets insane. Now, if you just like a challenge for the sake of challenge, then legendary is the way to go. If you like a challenge based off of actual challenge, meaning different strategy, good management of resources, you really just have to go to multiplayer campaign and play against another human being. Pretty much the way to go. I think that the hard setting is going to give you the best balance of challenge and minimize the amount of cheating that the AI does. That's just my opinion. You don't have to agree, and I mean, you can say whatever you like there. It doesn't bother me. I'm just throwing an opinion out there. Let's see. Celtic Youths are turning towards my swords. Go ahead and target some of them. And I'm going to attack the center of this with an AI group attack. Again, that group attack is me just hard grouping my men, which is Control G. Once you've selected the units you want, click a single attack order, they'll move forward and attack the unit nearest to them. So it's very handy, actually. Get my chariots away from those spear units. Bring these guys around. Let's drop a war cry over here. And I'm going to go to switch to flaming shot, see if we can cause some morale damage while we go around the back here. And my slingers finished off that one unit. Let's pick a new one. And my riders should be throwing flaming javelins now, which ought to help drop the morale of enemy units. I don't know how they're lighting javelins while riding around in a chariot, but it's impressive to say the least. Alright, we've really pushed through over here. And these units of skirmishers I really should have dealt with quickly. Let's go ahead and give chase to some of them so that they'll quit shooting while I finish them off.
The battle is turning in our favor.
Enemy noble horse is still sitting here. Let's bring our general back around to see if we can assist. There was a noble horse up front here too. Let's see if we can pin it down. Yeah, okay, we'll have that noble horse completely pinned. And I've got extra swords coming to support against this noble horse. Don't necessarily want to get my general engaged with the noble horse.
The enemy general.
Bringing our scout riders to mop these guys up. My men have a lot of chevrons, and the computer units are just going to have a hard time standing head-to-head with me. They do have javelins, though, which, of course, is going to help them a great deal. Let's just bring our swordsmen up. There we go.
One of our units has used all its ammunition.
My general's used all its ammo. Okay, yeah, so we managed to win that battle. Again, no big surprise there. Holy crap, 415 kills. So chariots can get a ton of kills in routing units because they get their kills from like running stuff over. So I think a lot of those kills probably came from routing units, though a fair number of them came from skirmish units that I was destroying. What's funny is now the music seems too quiet to me. I can't ever seem to get the balance right. So if I made it too quiet, I apologize. I just, like I said, I don't know what to do with it. I'll watch the video, see how it turned out throughout, and try and adjust accordingly. But that is going to be all the time that I have for now. Dealt the Arverni a couple of painful losses. Really, this is just going to help us defend Nemetocenna for now until my second army is ready to cross. And of course, we'll need to push our funds as quick as we can and get a third army as well. So as soon as I get ready to cross with this one, we'll need to be getting ready with the third army. Because that way I can start taking multiple directions when we get here and start getting as much land as possible, and thus be able to increase the number of armies that I can field and the more money that I can bring in. So overall, just really need to get as much money as possible so I can flesh it out to these 6 armies and 3 fleets. Right now, the political stuff is fine. It's fairly well balanced, so everything should be going good. HeirofCarthage signing off for now.